When is a story not a story? So I saw this like running wild on my Twitter timeline this morning. Well, Ken Rosenthal confirms that the Braves aren't going to trade Ronald Acuna Jr. Huh? As my friend Hugh Douglas says, what? Was there talk that they were going to trade Ronald Acuna Jr.? Did I miss something? Okay, let's say this first and foremost, okay? Do I think that Alex Anthopoulos has fielded offers from other teams about Ronald Acuna? Do I think that, whatever, the Toronto Blue Jays general manager rang up Alex, ringy dingy, ringy dingy, ringy dingy? Yeah, hey, this is the Blue Jays GM. Listen, I'm interested in Ronald Acuna. Here's the package, and I'm going to. Do I think that those kinds of phone calls have happened? Yes, they happen every day. Do I think that Alex Anthopoulos has talked to other GMs? And it's not been Mr. Anthopoulos, the Blue Jays GM is on the phone. Click. No, I think he's taken those calls because he wouldn't be doing his job as a GM if he doesn't listen to phone calls. What if he gets a phone call that says, yeah, this is the California Angels. Yeah, we want to trade Ohtani and Mike Trout for Ronald Acuna Jr. You don't listen to that phone call? Of course you do. His job is to make your team better tomorrow than it was today. So I got no issue with listening to the phone call. But what's the realistic? What's reality? Is there any reality to the idea of trading Ronald Acuna Jr. or one of their young assets? No. And I saw something on MLB Network the other day, a clip that's floating around where the guy's like, well, harumph, if Dansby Swanson gets a higher AAV than Ronald Acuna, he's going to be mad and he's going to want out of Atlanta. Huh? Where are you getting that? What do these blue checkmark media people get their information from? What is it? You buy a case of Cracker Jacks and you open up all the boxes and hope you find a piece of information or a golden nugget? Again, everybody on the team has a higher AAV than Ronnie. Ronnie's a $15 million player, by the way, if you haven't looked on the cap this year. Everybody's had a higher AAV. Olsen's got a higher AAV. Riley's got a higher AAV. Max Fried's about to have a higher AAV when he signs a contract. Everybody's got a higher AAV than what Ronald Acuna Jr. has because he signed it years ago and the contract is more backloaded. Everybody's got a higher AAV than what he has. Charlie Morton's on 1 year and got a higher AAV than what Ronnie does. So again, that argument from the blue check is stupid. Just call it what it is. It's a stupid argument. Now, again, do I think Alex Anthopoulos has fielded phone calls? Of course. As a GM, you listen. But this isn't fantasy league. This is about what the guy is, what he means, and this, that, and the other. And I think that there are probably GMs around baseball that think that, well, Ronnie didn't have a good year and all this and the other, and maybe he's available and they struggle. No, he's coming off major surgery. He didn't have the kind of year that we hoped, but you see, go look at the record when he plays. He's kind of one of the heart and soul players of this organization. He's arguably one of the 1, 2, 3 best young players in all of Major League Baseball. Yeah, if you come up with a package that completely blows you out of the water, again, Trout and Ohtani, right, and throw in somebody else, yeah, then you probably have a realistic conversation about what do we do with Ronald. But short of those kinds of conversations, you listen. You have these conversations all the time. You don't think that he's fielded conversations about Olsen, Ozzie. You don't think he fielded a whole bunch of conversations about Dansby Swanson throughout the year? You don't think come the trade deadline with no contract in place, you don't think he got 100 calls about Dansby Swanson and what his availability is? Of course. That's sports. But this idea that Ken Rosenthal is breaking news because he's got a blue check mark that he didn't have to pay for, that, well, the Braves have said they're not going to. Yeah, we all knew that. Why didn't you call me? Pick up the phone, ringy dingy, Chuckery. Hey, what's up? They trading Ronnie? No. Okay, let me run with it. And you got your blue check, and you still got your blue check mark for it. You don't lose it. These things are getting ridiculous about what is a story and what's not a story, right? Oh, well, Ken Rosenthal confirmed it. Must be true. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? I could have confirmed it 2 weeks ahead of 2 weeks before that, and it'd have been just as accurate. And I don't have the blue check mark and all that good kind of stuff that Ken Rosenthal does and his sources. These things become ridiculous. It's fodder. The Braves are in their World Series window, right? The Braves are in. The reason that they're signing everybody is because they're in win now World Series mode. Why would they sign a bunch of guys to start blowing it up and changing things around? You leave a gaping wound in your lineup with your leadoff hitter and your defense in your outfield and an outfield position where they already don't have a left fielder. It would make no sense, again, unless you tell me Trout and Ohtani are both coming over here. It would make no sense to move on from him. For what? Prospects? No. So thank God for Ken Rosenthal that we can put the rumors to rest about trading Ronald Acuna. Sorry, maybe I need a blue check mark to make it more official. But hell, I could have told you none of this stuff was going to happen out there. It's just ridiculous what becomes a story and what doesn't become a story. All right, but thank you so much for making Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen every day. Don't forget, make Locked On Sports Today your second listen. The biggest stories of the day, instant reactions, big game recaps, and the take of the day. Locked On Sports is, of course, available for free on our YouTube pages, on Odyssey, Spotify. Check it out on all of our favorite platforms. Don't forget, you can head to youtube.com. Put Locked On Sports Atlanta into your search browser. When you get there, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. Be a part of our community. Leave us a comment about what we talk about. We are also free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify, Odyssey. Check us out for free and leave us a 5-star review. Roku and Amazon Fire, free and available there as well. Check us out on all of those platforms. Then give me a follow on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. Back with you for a Hump Day edition tomorrow. This has been Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.